Good evening, everyone. Here from the New Center 23 studios, we've got a lot to cover this evening. Let's start off with the current conditions right now. Winds currently blowing to the northeast at 5 miles per hour, with the temperature at Tuttle Middle School and the airport both being reported at 13 degrees. Airport's reporting clear skies at this point. Tonight will drop to a low of about 1 degree or so. We're forecasting 2 degrees by 4 a.m. Wind chill values across the area 0 to -10. I do think that there'll be some gusts that will cause wind chill values to fall a little more, but the reason this says wind chill 0 to -10 is I'm believing by 7 a.m. most of these gusts will die down and the wind chill values should be relatively mild. We'll show you what forecast wind chill values, how cold those are expected to get. By 3 p.m. when the kids are coming home from school, we're expecting temperatures at about 29 degrees with clouds on the rise. Let's jump over to live Precision 23 radar. At the city view level, we're seeing clear conditions across the area, not picking up anything at this hour. Again, same thing across state view level. Currently picking up a few returns out of Illinois. Those are nothing. Those are actually just going to be clutter and clouds. Just some glitches with the radar almost. Zoom out to regional. We're seeing quite a bit of those clutter, quite a bit of that clutter being picked up at this point. Take a look at the past few hours. Same thing getting picked up here on past few hours. Just seems to think there's enough moisture in the air to work with. Not the case. Nothing is being reported to hit the ground right now. So what's in store for us? A lot. Again, 1 degree in the morning. Watches and warnings, there are some wind chill advisories in effect until tomorrow at 11 a.m. for some of our more northern counties, including Monticello and off from about Monticello over to the east and north, including areas like Fort Wayne. Nothing really down here. Wind chills will still be a factor tomorrow. I am forecasting the lowest. When we get some of these gusts, I think this is the coldest we'll ever see tomorrow. I don't think this will be this way when the bus stop gets here, but 5 below wind chill for Indianapolis, 0 in Spencer, 1 below Terre Haute, 16 below Crawfordsville, 22 below in Lafayette, 26 below in Kokomo. Here's our lows for tomorrow. Forecasting a low of 1 degree in Crawfordsville, forecasting 3, Indianapolis 7, Spencer 5, Terre Haute -1, Lafayette, and 3 below in Rensselaer. Highs will rebound tomorrow with a forecasted high at 29, 31 Indy, 32 Spencer, 30 Terre Haute, 26 Rensselaer, 28 Lafayette. Saturday morning we'll wake up to temperatures just slightly colder, 23 Crawfordsville, 25 Indy, 21 Kokomo, 20 Rensselaer, 22 Lafayette. Going to highs on Saturday, 40 Indianapolis, 37 Crawfordsville, Lafayette, and Attica, 36 Rensselaer. Here's a look at snowcast for Saturday night. Let's get the whole state on here. Really expecting a band set up across much of central Indiana, including places like Rensselaer stretching through over to Kokomo, Richmond, and Spencer, getting in on this. Not really thinking very much in the way of snow out of this, maybe 1 to 2 inches of snow going to be possible out of this system. It's the next system that will lows for Sunday morning. 25 Crawfordsville. Actually, let's get rid of that so we can see what we're doing here, guys. Sunday morning, 25 Crawfordsville, 27 Indy, 23 Kokomo, 24 Lafayette. Highs on Sunday will get into the upper 20s, in mid-20s, some of the lower 20s, 30s in our southern counties. Here is our next winter storm as well as our next Arctic push. You can see in that purple there the Arctic air sitting back behind that blue line, and that blue line is a front that will move through after our winter storm, creating more push for Arctic air. You'll see that in our 7-day forecast. Here's our winter storm's progression. Rain for much of the east coast, really. Ice setting up for maybe the southern portions of Indiana. We'll break that down in a minute, as well off through the Ohio Valley and up into Pennsylvania, maybe parts of upstate New York as well. Heavy snow going to be happening across much of Illinois, back to Chicago, back to Missouri in some places, as well as northwest central Indiana. Here's a better breakdown of what we think is going to happen. This is going to get here. Timing really not completely laid out yet, but we're thinking sometime Sunday through Monday morning. We're thinking really it's going to get here late Saturday, early Sunday morning, lasting all the way through the wee hours of Monday morning in some of our more eastern spots. Heavy snow again for Rensselaer, Kokomo, Lafayette, Crawfordsville, Attica, stretching to the northwest side of Indianapolis, just north of Richmond. We'll see that line of snow ice. And that dotted line you see right there in the snow ice section is where we think, but we're not certain yet, there could be a potential for a cutoff for some rain to be mixing in with this. Not quite certain on temperatures. And if temperatures do end up being colder than what we're forecasting for that day, we could end up moving this heavy snow band down a little bit. Let's go ahead and show you what some of our models are picking up for us. Medium range snowcast models. This model does lay down totals as well as what they think it thinks will fall. I'm really not too in line with these totals yet because it's so far out. But here we have it. Looks like 9 to 12 inches. I'm thinking probably 9 inches Lafayette, maybe 11 inches Kokomo, 11 inches Crawfordsville, 11 inches Attica, but we're going to say an isolated 12 inches too. 10 inches could be in there. These numbers are still going to fluctuate quite a bit because the system's still a good 72 hours out. 7.2 inches is what it's coming up with for Indianapolis, but I think Indianapolis, really Richmond and Rensselaer, you'll see 5 to 9. Down to the south in Terre Haute, there'll be a sharp cutoff of 3 to 5, and Spencer will pick up anywhere between 1 and 3 inches of snow with ice and sleet mixing in for the southern portions of the state. Winds will be a factor no matter where you are in Indiana. All right, let's go ahead. Saturday's March 1st will actually rebound a little bit for a high of 37 on Saturday before tumbling down on Sunday with those Crawfordsville metro totals being 9 to 12 inches of snow. Monday will cool down with breezy temperatures still 18 for a high Monday, dropping to 6 below. This will be near record temperatures, if not record-breaking temperatures for the stretch of the beginning of the week next week. 15 for a high Tuesday, 0 for a low on Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. That could fall below 0, and if that does, we'll see record-breaking temperatures. 26 Wednesday, 31, on Thursday. Doesn't look like right now that we're going to see any what's the word I'm looking for, guys? Strong is what I was looking for. Systems moving into the area until maybe the latter part of next week into next weekend. We'll keep our eye on that for you. Still a long ways out. Let's get through the first storm first. Thank you for tuning into News Center 23 here at 7 o'clock. We hope you stay safe out there and keep preparing for these snows to come in with News Center 23.